So, hello students, ellargu namaskara. Welcome to PUC Karnataka. This is Baswaraj sir, your biology master teacher. Students, quickly nange comment alli tilisi if I am audible and visible to each and every one of you. Good afternoon, or rather, good evening, each and every one of you. Okay. Now, yesterday we finished one short lecture of your entire syllabus, one mark question. Aito. From today onwards, we'll be focusing on 2-mark question, tomorrow 3-mark, and 5-mark. So this is going to be the entire pattern. So today's session, every single teacher is going to come. We'll bring you questions from every single chapter and we'll be discussing. Okay. So I hope I'm audible and visible to each and every one of you. So students, quickly let me know the chat if I'm audible and visible. ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ಸರಿನಾ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ ಈಗ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ now we'll be starting off with the sexual reproduction of flowering plants ಎಲ್ಲಾ ತರದ್ದು 2-mark question PDF ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಳಿಸಿದೀನಿ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಏನಾದ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೆ ಅದ್ಯಾಕೋ ಚಾನಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಕಳಿಸಿದೆ he has to send it ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಬಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ ಓಕೆ ಸರಿನಾ ಸೊ ಈಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ sexual reproduction of flowering plants ಇಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ತರದ್ದು 2-mark questions ಮಾಡೋದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 2-mark questions ಓಕೆನಾ now first question ನೋಡಿ differentiate between microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis ನೋಡಿ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆನ್ನೆ ತಾನೇ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ they can ask you microsporogenesis separately or they can ask you megasporogenesis separately. If they ask you separately it becomes a 1-mark question. Now if they ask you together that becomes a 2-mark question. ಏನಪ್ಪ microsporogenesis ಅಂದ್ರೆ formation of microspore from microspore mother cell MMC microspore mother cell in the it undergoes meiosis to produce microspores the microspore through meiosis ಈ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ ಗೆ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ that is called as microsporogenesis. Okay, that is called as microsporogenesis. Sir, how much can you score by watching these and studying just these much questions? Easy ಆಗಿ ನೀವು 85% ಮೇಲ್ ಅಂತೂ ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ all of these questions has been repeated in your examination. ಈ ತರ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ 1 mark 2 mark 5 mark ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನೇ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೆಕಮೆಂಡ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್. ಐ ವುಡ್ ರೆಕಮೆಂಡ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ನ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ತರ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ನ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸರಿನಾ? ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಒಂದು 85+. ನೀವು ಏನು ಓದಂಗೆನೆ ಬರೀ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಸರ್ ಈ ತರ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಈ ಬಯಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ 85% ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ನೀವು ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ, ಅವಾಗ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ 95% ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ. ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೀವು ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಬುಕ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರೋಜೆನಿಸಿಸ್. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ? ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಕರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಆಂಥರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಮದರ್ ಸೆಲ್, ಇದು ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಮದರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋಸ್ ಮಿಯೋಸಿಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರು. ಇದೇ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರು ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರೋಜೆನಿಸಿಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರೋಜೆನಿಸಿಸ್? ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರೋಜೆನಿಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ MMC, ಏನಿದು? ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಮದರ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಈ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಮದರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋಸ್ ಮಿಯೋಸಿಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್, can anyone tell me how many megaspores can be developed? Anyone can tell me? After the meiosis, can anyone tell me how many megaspores do we get? Do we get 1, 2, 3, 4? Big idea nange. To produce 4 haploid megaspores. ಎಷ್ಟು? 4 haploid megaspores ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 4. ಬಟ್ ಈ 4 ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗತ್ತಾ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ 4 ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗತ್ತಾ? ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಈ 4 ಬಂದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ 4 ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ಸ್ 3 ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಜೆನರೇಟ್, ಸತ್ತೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ 3. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್. ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಮೋನೋಸ್ಪೋರಿಕ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಏನು? ಮೋನೋಸ್ಪೋರಿಕ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸ್ಪೋರಿಕ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಮೋನೋಸ್ಪೋರಿಕ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್? ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಮೋನೋಸ್ಪೋರಿಕ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? ಕ್ಲಿಯರಾ? ಓಕೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ವಿಶ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಗೈಟಿನೋಗ್ಯಾಮಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಝೀನೋಗ್ಯಾಮಿ. ಫೇಮಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಅವರು 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆಟೋ, ಗೈಟಿನೋ, ಝೀನೋ 3 ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಾವು ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೊಂದು ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಫ್ಲವರು. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಇದೆ. ನಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಈ ಫ್ಲವರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಫ್ಲವರ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಝೂಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದ ಸರಿನಾ? ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತರ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಓವರ್ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ನಿಮ್ದು ಆಂಥರ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇದು ಆಂಥರು, ಇದು ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ. ನಾವು ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್? ಡು ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ as autogamy or do we call it as xenogamy or do we call it as geitonogamy? ಒಂದೇ ಈ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಆಂಥರು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as autogamy. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಆಟೋಗೆಮಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆಟೋಗೆಮಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಟೋಗೆಮಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರಾ? ನಾವು ಗೈಟೋನೋಗೆಮಿ ಏನು? ಗೈಟೋನೋಗೆಮಿ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಗೈಟೋನೋಗೆಮಿಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? pollen grain transfer between different flower on the same plant. Students. ಸರಿನಾ? ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನು ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. ಇದು ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟು ಇದೀಗ ಗೈಟಿನೋಗೆಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಇದೆ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಈ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಇದೆ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಈಗ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು? ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಆಟೋ. ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೈಟಿನೋ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as ಝೀನೋಗ್ಯಾಮಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್? ಸಂಜು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನೀವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡು. ನೀನು ನಿಮ್ದು ಇದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಏನದು ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲು, ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ 95% ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸಾಕು. ಸರಿನಾ? ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇದು? ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಗೈಟಿನೋ ಝೀನೋ? ಡನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಎನಿ 2 ಬ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್. ಈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಬೇಡ? ಹೌದು, ಬೇಡ. ಆನ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗ್ ರನ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಕೆಟ್ಟದ್ದು. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as ಇನ್ಬ್ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಕೂಡ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಸೊ ಇನ್ಬ್ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು? ಸ್ಪೇಷಿಯಲ್ ಸಪರೇಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಂಥರ್ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ದು ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ, ಇದು ಸ್ಟೈಲ್, ಇದು ಓವರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ದು ಆಂಥರ್ ಇದೆ. ಚಿಕ್ಕದು ಆಂಥರ್ ಇದೆ. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿ, ಈಗ ಹೇಳಿ ನೀವು. ಸರಿನಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತಾ? ಈಗ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇದೊಂದು ಆಂಥರ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಚಿಕ್ಕದು ಮರಿ. ಇದು ಆಂಥರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾ? ಇದು ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಹೋಗೋಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ನಾವೀಗ? ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಅದೊಂದು ಮೆಥಡು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈಗ ಆಂಥರ್ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹುಡುಗ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿ ರೆಡಿ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಹುಡುಗಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕತೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ರೆಡಿ ಇದೆ, ಹುಡುಗಿ ರೆಡಿ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಬಟ್ ಹುಡುಗನೇ ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹುಡುಗ ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟು, ಸರಿನಾ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಇಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಬಟ್ ಆಂಥರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೆಚ್ಯೂರ್ ಇನಫ್, ಆರ್ ಇಫ್ ಆಂಥರ್ ಇಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೆಡಿ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಸರಿನಾ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ there is a ಥರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಇದೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ಥರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಥರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇದು? ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಏನು? ಥರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇನ್ಕಂಪ್ಯಾಟಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ರೆಡಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಸರಿನಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, a biochemical mechanism where the plant recognizes and rejects its own pollen and promoting cross pollination. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮದುವೆ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮದುವೆ ಬೇಡ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಹುಡುಕದ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಮನೇಲೆ ರಿಜೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮನೇಲೆ ಇದು, ಸರಿನಾ? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಫಿಸಿಯೋಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್. ಮನೇಲೆ ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ, ಸರಿನಾ? ನಾವು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗೋದಾ? ಅರ್ಥ ಇದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಈಸಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇದು. Now what is cleistogamy and how does it contribute to reproductive assurance? ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇದು ಕ್ಲಿಸ್ಟೋಗ್ಯಾಮಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಕ್ಲಿಸ್ಟೋಗ್ಯಾಮಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಹೆಂಗೆ? ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂಡರ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ, ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಮನೆ ತಡೆ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಗೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಗೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸರಿನಾ? ಅದು ನಿಮ್ದು ಕ್ಲಿಸ್ಟೋಗ್ಯಾಮಿ. ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ, ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇದು PDF ನ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ದು ವೇದಾಂತ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ಸರಿನಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಲಿಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋನಿ, ತುಂಬಾ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಇದು. Polyembryon is a phenomena where a single fertilization ovule gives rise to more than one embryo. ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಆರೆಂಜ್ ತಿಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಆರೆಂಜ್ ತಿನ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಆರೆಂಜಲ್ಲಿ, ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕದ ಪೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ಒಂದು 3-4 ಸೀಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತಾ? 3-4 ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾಲಿಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋನಿ. ನೋಡಿ, ಮೆನಿ ಸಿಟ್ರಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಆರೆಂಜಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟ್ ಪಾಲಿಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋನಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಸೀಡ್ಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಇಂದ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಸೀಡ್ಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That is polyembryony. Now, what is the role of synergids? ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Synergids ಏನಪ್ಪ? Synergids are two specialized cells located in the micropylar end of the embryo sac. ಈ embryo sac ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಈ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ synergids, ಸರಿನಾ? They secrete chemical attractants that guide the pollen tube. ಇದು ಮೇನ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇದೆ. Guide the pollen tube towards the egg and facilitate the entry of the pollen tube. Okay. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ ಇದು? ಕಳ್ಳ ಇದು. What is a false fruit ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. What is a false fruit? ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇದು? False fruit is a fake fruit. False fruit is a fruit which doesn't develop from, which directly it develops from other parts of the flower. Usually ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ovary becomes fruit. Normal condition ಅಲ್ಲಿ ovary will become fruit. Convert ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. But here what is happening? Ovary is not converted to fruit. It is not converted to fruit. Other part, thalamus fruit ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. That is called as false fruit. Example, apple ನಿಮ್ದು. Apple is an example. Okay. Next, human reproduction ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Define spermatogenesis and its cyto. Simple question. 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್, 2 ಲೈನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. Spermatogenesis is the process of formation of and maturation of male gametes or sperm formation na ನಾವು spermatogenesis ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Where does it takes place? It takes place in the seminiferous tubule. ಅಷ್ಟು ಬರೀಬೇಕು, seminiferous tubule. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, what are the 2 cells in seminiferous tubule? ಅವಾಗೇನು? Sertoli cell, male germ cell. ಆನ್ಸರು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫೇಮಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇದು, ಸರಿನಾ? Which cell produces androgen? ಈ ಆಂಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ನ ಯಾವ ಸೆಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳಿ ನನಗೆ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಂಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬೈ ವಿಚ್ ಸೆಲ್? ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಗ. ಆಂಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬೈ ಲೇಡಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಈ 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಇದನ್ನ, ಇಲ್ಲ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಇದನ್ನ. ಫೇಮಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇದು, ಸರಿನಾ? ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಈಗಲೇ. ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಸತಿ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಯಾವುದು? 2 functions of placenta or 3 functions of placenta. ಓಕೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ? ಓಕೆನಾ, ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಒಂದು ಮಗು ಬೆಳೀತಿದ್ರೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾನು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ 2-3 ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಮಗುಗೆ ಊಟ ಬೇಕಾ? ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ ಊಟ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಮಗುಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಬೇಕಾ? ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ವಿಲ್ ದ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್? ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾದಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ ಥ್ರೂ. ವಿಲ್ ದ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ CO2? ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ ಥ್ರೂ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ and removal of waste. The first function of placenta is transfer of nutrients and removal of waste. That's the first function. The second function of placenta, it acts as a temporary endocrine gland. If placenta is acting as a temporary endocrine gland, it will start to produce certain hormones. ಯಾವ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್? HCG ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, HCG ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ರೈಟ್? HPL ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೋಜನ್, ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಕೋರಿಯೋನೆಟ್ ಗೊನಾಡ್ರೋಪಿನ್, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್, ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟಿರಾನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್ನ, ಇವನ್ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಕೂಡ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಈಗಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಪ್ರೀ ಬೋರ್ಡಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಬಂದಿರ್ಬೋದು. 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲುಟಿಯಂ ಇನ್ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರುಯಲ್ ಸೈಕಲ್? ಈ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲುಟಿಯಂ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನು? ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲುಟಿಯಂ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಸ್ ಅ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟಿರಾನ್. ಈ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟಿರಾನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟಿರಾನ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನಿಂಗ್ ದ ಎಂಡೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಯಂ ಲೇಯರ್. ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ದ ಎಂಡೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಯಂ ಲೇಯರ್. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಂಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬೇಕು. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲುಟಿಯಂ ಡಿಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲುಟಿಯಮ್ ಡಿಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್? ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಇಫ್ ದ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟರಾನ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಡೌನ್? Very simple answer. If the level of progesterone goes down, it leads to menstrual cycle. Sarna? Okay. PDF ಕಳಿಸೋದು ಇವತ್ತು. ಸರ್ನಾ? ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪ? ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಸಿರಿ ಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್? ಯಾವ ಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್? ಬೇಗ 3 ಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. 3 ಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡಕ್ಟ್, 3 ಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ರೀಟೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಕ್ಟ್, ಇದು ಡಕ್ಟು. ವಾಸ ಫ್ರೆಂಚಾ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡಕ್ಟು. ಎಪಿಡೈಡಮಸ್ 3ನೇ ಡಕ್ಟು. 4ನೇ ಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ 1 2 3 4 ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. 4 ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಆಕ್ಸಿರಿ ಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಯಾವುದು? ರೀಟೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್, ವಾಸ ಫ್ರೆಂಚಾ, ಎಪಿಡೈಡಮಸ್, ವಾಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ can anyone tell me the 3 different glands present here? Anyone can tell me. Chat ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಈಗ. Can anyone tell me the 3 different glands present here? ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳಿ, ಬೇಗ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ನಂಗೆ ಈಗ, ಬೇಗ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. 3 different glands. ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳಿ. 3 different glands present here. ಯಾವುದು? 3 different glands ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಒಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಸಮಾನಲ್ ವೆಸಿಕಲ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಪ್ರೋಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಲ್ಬೋ ಯೂರೆಥ್ರಲ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. 3 different glands present here. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಸಮಾನಲ್ ವೆಸಿಕಲ್, ಪ್ರೋಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ಬಲ್ಬೋ ಯೂರೆಥ್ರಲ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. 3 different glands present here. ಓಕೆನಾ? ನೆನಪಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇದನ್ನ. ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಯಾವ್ದಾರು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ನಿಮ್ದು ಫೇಮಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್. ಈಗಲೇ ಬರ್ದಿಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ ಇದನ್ನ, ಯಾವುದು? ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಪ್ಲಿಯೋಟ್ರೋಪಿ? ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ನಂಗೊಂದು ಮಾತಾಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಮ್ಮಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಾ ತಾನೆ? ನಿಮಗೆ ಊಟ ಕೊಡೋದಾಗಲಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮನೆ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಲಿ, ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಓದ್ತೀರಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಸರ್ನಾ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರದ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಮ್ಮಿ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಮಮ್ಮಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕೆಲಸ. ಸೇಮ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಿಯೋಟ್ರೋಪಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಪ್ಲಿಯೋಟ್ರೋಪಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಜೀನ್, ಒಂದೇ ಜೀನ್ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದೇ ಜೀನ್ ಇದೆ ಸರ್ನಾ, ಒಂದೇ ಜೀನ್ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದೇ ಮಮ್ಮಿ ತರ ಒಂದೇ ಜೀನು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಮ್ಮಿ ತರ ಒಂದೇ ಜೀನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಟ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಫಿನೋಟಿಪಿಕ್ ಟ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದ್ ಜೀನಿಂದ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಟ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಚೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಪ್ಲಿಯೋಟ್ರೋಪಿ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಜೀನ್. ಹೌಸ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ನಾ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಮ್ಮಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಆ ತರನೇ ಪ್ಲಿಯೋಟ್ರೋಪಿ ಕೂಡ. ಆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಜೀನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಪ್ಲಿಯೋಟ್ರೋಪಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಒಂದು ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಫೀನೈಲ್ ಕಿಟೋನಿರಿಯಾ ಡಿಸೀಸ್, ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ನಾ. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಪಾಲಿಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾಲಿಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಟ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್? ಪಾಲಿಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಏನು ಸರ್ನಾ? ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಮೆಂಡಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ, ಮೆಂಡಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್, ಟಾಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೆಂಡಲ್ ಹತ್ರ. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, 5 feet, 5.5, 5.7, 5.8, 5.9, 6 feet, 6'1", 6'2", 6'10" ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಂಗೆ ಕೈ ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ. ಆ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತಾ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ? ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ರೆಡೇಷನ್. ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಹೈಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕಲರ್, ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕಲರ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಡಾರ್ಕು, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಲೈಟು, ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರೌನು. ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಮೆಂಡಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಈ ಥರ 2 ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಇದರ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಲಿಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಏನು? ಪಾಲಿಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟಿವ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆನಿ ಜೀನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಟ್ರೇಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಟ್ರೇಟು. ಈಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಪ್ಲಿಯೋಟ್ರೋಪಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಜೀನು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟು, ಒಂದು ಜೀನು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟು. ಅದೇ ಪಾಲಿಜೆನೆಟಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ಪಾಲಿಜೆನೆಟಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀನ್ ಎ ಇದೆ, ಜೀನ್ ಬಿ ಇದೆ, ಜೀನ್ ಸಿ ಇದೆ. ಪಾಲಿಜೆನೆಟಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನಿ ಜೀನ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್, ಮೆನಿ ಜೀನ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಇದು ಇದರದ್ದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ರಿವರ್ಸ್. ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಜೀನು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನಿ ಜೀನ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್, ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಆಗೋದು ಫುಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ನಾ, ಆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆನಪಿರಲಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಪಾಲಿಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸು ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸು, ನೀವು ಅಂತಾರೆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಡ್ರೈ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು, ಬಾದಾಮ್ ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು, ತಿಂದರೆ ಮೆಮರಿ ಪವರ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ನಿಜ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಜ. ಅದು ಅಂತಾರೆ ಮನೇಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗೋಡಂಬಿ ತಿನ್ನಿ, ಬಾದಾಮಿ ತಿನ್ನಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳೋದು? ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ, ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಮೆಮರಿ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಪಾಲಿಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಟ್ರೇಟ್. ಅದು ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಇದು ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸಿಂದ ಸರ್ನಾ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಮೆನಿ ಜೀನ್ಸು ಎಫೆಕ್ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಫಸ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಸಿ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಹುಡುಗಂದು ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕಲರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕಲರು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಅಲೀಲ್ಸ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ ನಾವೀಗ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಎ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಸಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸಿ ಆದರೆ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಲರು. ಈಗ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬಿ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೈಟರ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕಲರು. ಅದೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿಸೆಸಿಬಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಎ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬಿ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸಿ. ಈ ಥರ ಆದರೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಫಾರಿನರು ಸರಿನಾ. ಫುಲ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್, ಲೈಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಇದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಅಲೀಲ್ ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಅಲೀಲ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಫೆಕ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟು ಫುಲ್ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಕಲರು ಸರಿನಾ. ಅದು ಪಾಲಿಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸು. ನಾವು ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಲೀಲ್ಸ್? ಅಲೀಲ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಜೀನ್. ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಜೀನ್ ಲಿಂಕೇಜ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೀಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಲಿಂಕೇಜ್ ಅಂದರೆ? ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ನನಗೀಗ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ ಬೇಕು, ಒಬ್ಬರು ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರು. ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತೀರಾ? ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರು ಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ ಬೇಕು ನನಗೆ, ಒಂದು ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರು ಬೇಗ. ಅವ್ರ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನನಗೀಗ ಸರಿನಾ. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್, ಇದೊಂದು ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್. ಈ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಒನ್ ಜೀನ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಜೀನ್ ಎ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀನ್ ಬಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀನ್ ಸಿ ಇದೆ. ಜೀನ್ ಎ, ಜೀನ್ ಬಿ, ಜೀನ್ ಸಿ. ಒಂದು ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮೂರು ಜೀನ್ ಇದೆ, ಸರಿನಾ? ಈ ಎರಡು ಜೀನು ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಂಕೇಜು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಎ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದೇ ಎ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಎ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿ ಇದೆ ಲಿಂಕೇಜು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಕೆನ್ ಐ ಟೆಲ್ what is linkage? Linkage is nothing but physical association of gene on a chromosome. ಈ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, that is called as linkage. Physical association of gene on a chromosome is called as linkage. Now ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ there is something called as recombination also. Recombination is non-parental gene combination. That is recombination. ಸರಿನಾ? ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಇಯರ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಇಂದ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಟರ್ನರ್ ಸಿಂಡ್ರೋಮ್ including its chromosomal basis and major climatic factors. Describe Turner syndrome including its chromosomal basis and major clinical features. Okay, so ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟರ್ನರ್ ಸಿಂಡ್ರೋಮ್, ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಏನು. ಟರ್ನರ್ ಸಿಂಡ್ರೋಮ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಆಬ್ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, X0 ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಏನ್ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಏನು, ಇದು ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಏನು, ಸಚ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟೆರೈಲ್ and ovaries are rudimentary besides other features including lack of other secondary sexual characteristics. ಅದು ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಆ ಥರನೇ ನೀವು ಡೌನ್ ಸಿಂಡ್ರೋಮ್, ಕ್ಲೈನ್ಫೆಲ್ಟರ್ ಸಿಂಡ್ರೋಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ as ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್. ಡೌನ್ ಸಿಂಡ್ರೋಮ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಡೌನ್ ಸಿಂಡ್ರೋಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ 21st ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಸರಿನಾ? ಟ್ರೈಸೋಮಿ ಆಫ್ 21. ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಏನು ನೋಡಿ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ರೌಂಡ್ ಹೆಡ್, short stature, furrowed tongue, partially open mouth, palm is broad, physical, psychomotor and mental retardedness. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸು 1 2 3 4 ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕ್ಲೈನ್ಫೆಲ್ಟರ್ ಸಿಂಡ್ರೋಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ಲೈನ್ಫೆಲ್ಟರ್ ಸಿಂಡ್ರೋಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಗೆ, ಮೇಲ್, ಜನರಲಿ ಮೇಲ್ಗೆ ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯೂಶಲಿ ಮೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ XY ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸರಿ, ಒಂದು ಮೇಲಲ್ಲಿ XY ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಲೈನ್ಫೆಲ್ಟರ್ ಸಿಂಡ್ರೋಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್. ಸೊ XXY ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈಗ ಅದು XXY ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸರಿನಾ? ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಏನು ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ. ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಮಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಫಿಮಿನೈನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಗೈನಕೋಮಾಸ್ಟಿಯಾ, ರೈಟ್, ಸ್ಟೆರೈಲ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್, ಸರಿನಾ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ಕೋಡಾಮಿನೆನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ಕನ್ಡಾಮಿನೆನ್ಸ್ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆಗಲೇ. ಇದನ್ನ ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕೂಡ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಗೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಿನೋಟಿಪಿಕ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಜೀನೋಟಿಪಿಕ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ಫುಲ್ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ, ಸರಿನಾ? ಇದು ನೋಡಿ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಬ್ಸ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಮೈಕ್ರೋಬ್ಸಿಂದ ಅಗೇನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸು 1 ಮಾರ್ಕಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ ಬರೀ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನೋಡಿ. ಈಗ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ಡ್, LAB ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ, ಬಯೋಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್, ಸೈಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಪೋರಿನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟಾಟಿನ್ಸು. ಸೀವೇಜ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನು, ಏರೋಬಿಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೇಮು. ಬಯೋಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು, ಬಯೋಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ರೈಸೋಬಿಯಂ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೈಕ್ರೋರೈಸಾ, ಸೇಮ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ರೋಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಮೈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಬೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ರೂವಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ರೋಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಬ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಬಯೋಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್. 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್, ಸರಿನಾ? ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ ಇನ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲಿಸಮ್ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಗೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಮನ್ಸಾಲಿಸಮ್ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ. ಆರ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಡೇಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಸರಿನಾ? ಏನು ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲಿಸಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲಿಸಮ್ ಟೂ ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಲೈಕನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಗಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಂಗಸ್ಗೂ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಆಲ್ಗಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಶೆಲ್ಟರ್, ಫಂಗಸ್ಗೆ ಊಟ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಏಜ್ ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಏನು? ಏಜ್ ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ರಾಫಿಕಲ್ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಏಜ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್. ಸರಿನಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏಜ್ ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ 3 ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ: ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್, ಡಿಕ್ಲೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್. ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಾನು 3 ಮಾರ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. 3 ಮಾರ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತರ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಅದು 3 ಮಾರ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇದನ್ನ ಫುಲ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ. ನಾವು ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಾಸ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್? ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಇದು? ಗಾಸ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ 2 ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಎರಡು ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸು ಕಂಪೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಚಿಪ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಚಿಪ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ನ ನಾನು ಕಣ್ಣಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನನ್ನ ತಂಗಿನೂ ಕಣ್ಣಾಗ್ತಾವಳೆ. ಇಬ್ರದು ಆ ಕಣ್ಣು ಆ ಚಿಪ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ ಮೇಲಿದೆ. ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ದೀಸ್ 2 ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್, ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ತಂಗಿ, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಒನ್ ಚಿಪ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್? ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವೆನ್ ದ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್, ಆ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದೇ ಚಿಪ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಬೋತ್ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫೈಟ್. ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ತಂಗಿ ಇಬ್ರು ಫೈಟ್ ಆಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾರು ಗೆಲ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆ ಚಿಪ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೋಡಿ, 2 ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಕಂಪೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕೋ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ. ಎರಡು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇರಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಒನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಔಟ್ ಕಂಪೀಟ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ಒನ್. ಯಾರು ಗೆಲ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಊಟ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ಅಬೌಟ್ ಎಕ್ಟೋಪ್ಯಾರಾಸಿಟಿಸಮ್, ಎಂಡೋಪ್ಯಾರಾಸಿಟಿಸಮ್. ಎಕ್ಟೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಔಟ್ ಸೈಡು ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಏನು ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಂಡೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಸರಿನಾ? ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇಂದ ಎಕಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ಸು, ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಆಫ್ ನಂಬರ್, ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಯೋಮಾಸ್, ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅವರು 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ನ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ? ಈ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆನ್ನೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ GPP, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ NPP? ಈ 2 ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಕಲೀಲೇಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಿ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೋಡಿ ಫುಡ್ ವೆಬ್ ತುಂಬ ಈಸಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಮುಂಚೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇದು? ಡಿಕಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್, ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಕಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜಸ್. ಈ ಡಿಕಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಬೇರೆ ತರ ಸ್ಟೇಜಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ದು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬಂದ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಗೆ. ಇದೇ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ನ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ನ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸು. ನೋಡಿ, ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್, ಲೀಚಿಂಗ್, ಕ್ಯಾಟಪೋಲಿಸಮ್, ಹ್ಯೂಮಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್, ಮಿನರಲೈಸೇಷನ್. ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥವಮು ಡಿಟೇಟಸ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಲೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಅವೇ. ಕ್ಯಾಟಪೋಲಿಸಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಬ್ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ಲಿ ಡಿಗ್ರೇಡ್ ದ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಟಪೋಲಿಸಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಂಗಸ್ಸು ಮತ್ತೆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹ್ಯೂಮಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್, ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಫೇಮಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಇದೆ, 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮುಂಚೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮಸ್. ಆ ಹ್ಯೂಮಸ್ ಏನೇನು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಇದೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್, ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲ 3 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್? ತುಂಬಾ ಈಸಿ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ? ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಮರ ಇದೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮರ. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಬುಷ್ ಇದೆ, ಬುಷ್. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಹರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಹರ್ಬ್ಸು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾಸು. ಸೊ ಟ್ರೀ, ಶ್ರಬ್, ಹರ್ಬ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಗ್ರಾಸಸ್. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಏನಿದು? ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಒಂದು ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಶ್ರಬ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಈ ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸು? Define biodiversity. Write any 2 points about biodiversity. Biodiversity refers to variety of life form. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಥರ ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್ ಇರೋದು ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ. ಜಿಂಕೆ, ಲಯನು ಎಲ್ಲ 3 ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದರ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್? ಏನಪ್ಪ ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ? ನೀವು ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಊರ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಊರ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ಈ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು ನೀವು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವ್ರಿದೆ ಆ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ. ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ನೀವು ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ಆ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ದೆವ್ವ ಬಂದು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಾನೆ ನೀವು, ಈ ಥರ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಾನೆ. ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಈ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಹೊತ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವ್ರಿದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೆವ್ವ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸೇಕ್ರೆಡ್ ಗ್ರೂವ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಅದು ಕಾಶಿಯನ್ ಜೈಂತಿಯಾ ಹಿಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮೇಘಾಲಯ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲು ಸರ್ನಾ. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಎಂಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಸ್ಪೀಷೀಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಎಂಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಸ್ಪೀಷೀಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ, ಎಂಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಸ್ಪೀಷೀಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಷೀಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಒನ್ ಏರಿಯಾ. ಯಾವ ಥರ ನೀವು ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 6 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಎದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪೆಂಗ್ವಿನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ? ಕಾಣಿಸಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ಯಾಂಗ್ರೂ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ? ಕಾಣಿಸಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾಂಗ್ರೂಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೇಲಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಪೆಂಗ್ವಿನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಅಂಟಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಪಾಂಡ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಪಾಂಡ ಚೈನಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಚೈನಾದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸು ಒಂದು ರೀಜನ್ಗೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಂಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಸ್ಪೀಷೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಎಂಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಸ್ಪೀಷೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್. ನೇಮ್ 2 animals that have become extinct due to over exploitation. ಈ ಓವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋಟೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಯಾವ ತರ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸು ಮಾಯ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ? ಸ್ಟೆಲ್ಲಾರ್ ಸೀ ಕೌ, ಪ್ಯಾಸೆಂಜರ್ ಪಿಜನ್. ಈ 2 ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ನ ನಾವು ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೀವಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಗ್ರೀಡ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ವರ್ಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ. ಸರಿನಾ? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಡ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಬುಕ್? Red Data Book is a comprehensive record of conservation of status of plants, animals and species. ಒಂದು ಆನಿಮಲ್ದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ. ಈ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಲು ಎಂಡೇಂಜರ್ಡಾ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟಿಂಟಾ, ನಿಯರ್ ಎಂಡೇಂಜರ್ಡಾ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನು ರೆಡ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸರಿನಾ? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಯೋಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಹಾಟ್ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ಸ್? ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹಾಟ್ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ? ನೆನೇನು ಕೂಡ ಇದನ್ನ 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ, 1 ಮಾರ್ಕಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಹಾಟ್ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಯೋಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹಾಟ್ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಮ್ದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ್ದು ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ದು ಕೇರಳ ಕಡೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೇರಳ, ನಿಮ್ದು ತಮಿಳ್ನಾಡು ಕೂಡ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದಿಂದ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್, ಫುಲ್ಲು ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸು, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲು. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮದು ಇವತ್ತದು 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಮುಗೀತು. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸಿಗೆ ರೆಡಿನಾ? ಹೇಳಿ ನಂಗೆ ಬೇಗ. ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸಿಗೆ ರೆಡಿನಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್? ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸಿಗೆ ರೆಡಿನಾ? ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ನ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದ, ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲ್ ಹಾಕದ. ಸರಿನಾ? ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಹಂಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಈಗ, ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮು. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ನಿಮಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತಾರಂತೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮು. ನಿಮಗೆ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಈಗ, ಸಂದೀಪ್ ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ. ಸೊ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ನ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ. ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮು. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು. ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ದು ಜೆ ಟೀಚರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮು, ಸೊ ಜೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತಗೋತಾರೆಲ್ಲಾದರೂ. ಸೊ ಜೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಬರ್ತಾರಂತೆ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು, ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೋಟಾ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಕೋಟಾ ಇದು ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಟಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮು ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ರತಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮು, 10 ವರ್ಷ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಂತೆ ಕೋಟಾದಲ್ಲಿ. 10 ವರ್ಷ ಕೋಟಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರಂತೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮು. ಟಾಪ್ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಟಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರು ಮ್ಯಾಮು. ಸರಿನಾ? ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಈ ಥರ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲೀರಿ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಜೆ ಟೀಚರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮು. ಸರಿನಾ? ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಡಿ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಜೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಟಾಪ್ IITs ತಲುಪಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಡಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅವರು. ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಕಲ್ತೀನಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸು. ಸರಿನಾ? ಸೊ ಈಗ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್ನಾ, ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
Right? So let's begin the session. Let's begin the session. We have first question, that is what? In a transistor, the base is lightly doped. Explain why. In a transistor, that is PNP or NPN, we will going to discuss common base transistor, right? Why base is lightly doped? Base is lightly doped just because we want to maximum recombinations in the collector plate, not in base. Base is just a channel to carry the charges from emitter to collector. So that base is lightly doped. Only 2% of the recombination possible in the base. Maximum recombinations is in collector junction. Right? See, what is the exactly answer? How we write the answer in the answer sheet? Let's focus on that. The base of a transistor is lightly doped than the emitter, narrowed so that almost all electrons ejected from the emitter in NPN transistor diffusion right across the base to collector junction without recombination with the holes. We want maximum recombination in where? Collector junction, not in base. Right? See, in other words, the base width is kept smaller than the recombination distance. In addition to improve emitter efficiency and common base current gain alpha, the emitter is more heavily doped than the base. Emitter is obviously more doped as compared to base, just because we want to charges from emitter. So, moving to next. What it is in a single slit diffraction experiment, why the tiny circular object is placed in the path of light from the distance source of a bright spot is seen at the center of the shadow of the obstacle. Explain why. This is the question from single slit experiment. Again, we have to answer this question in 20 to 30 words, right? If you put a tiny particle in the path of light source, then the final shadow, the central part is brighter, right? See, a bright spot is absorbed when a tiny circular object is placed in the path of a distant source in a single slit diffraction experiment, because the rays flare into the shadow region of the circular object as they pass the edge of tiny circular object. The light from all the edges of the tiny circular object in the phase with each other, thus they form bright spot at the center of the shadow of the tiny circular object. You know the term diffraction. See, if you have a sharp edge, just like this, right? If a beam of light coming here, what we will observe? We observe here is a maximum intensity. There is maximum intensity. There's a bending of light due to this sharp edge, but here is maximum intensity. If I have a circular object, then all the edges of tiny circular object in phase. That's why central part is brighter. All right. Now, moving to next question number 3. Okay. Is there any problem? I hope it's not, right? So, moving to question number 3. What it is? An electrostatic field lines is a continuous curve, that is a held line cannot have sudden breaks. Why not? See, electrostatic curve is made up by the tangent of all the points. Tangent, that means it's a direction of electrostatic field, right? It's a direction of electrostatic field. If any point break, if any breakdown point, then what? There is no electric field intensity. See what I'm talking. This is Q positive, this is Q negative. And what is the electrostatic field? This is an imaginary line where supposed to be unit positive charge moving from Q positive to Q negative in this way. These are the open curves. Right? Now, if I draw a tangent at any point, this shows electric field intensity. if is there any break point, suppose this is a break point, that means what? That means here is no electric field. Here is no electric field, which is not possible at any instant. Which is not possible. Electrostatic field lines are the continuous curve. These are the continuous curve. That means it's having never break point. Second question is what? Explain why the field lines never cross each other. See, due to this Q positive, at this point, only I have one tangent. Is there any possibility to draw two tangents at the same curve at the same point? No, never it's possible. Just because electric field intensity is unidirectional at a point due to this charge. If I have two curves intersect each other, just like, see, another field line intersect each other. See, now the electric field intensity at this point P is in two directions. Is it possible at any time? No, it's not possible. Electric field intensity due to a point charge at a point is always in a single direction. So that two electric field lines are never intersect each other. Now come to the standard answer. First one. See, the tangents at a point on the line of force gives the direction of electric field at the point. If two lines of force intersect each other at a point, then electric field at that point will have two directions. As same cannot be possible, cannot be true. Two lines of force never intersect each other. I hope you got my point. Okay, now moving to next. According to loop, a conducting loop, is held above the current carrying wire PQ as shown in the figure. Alright, what it is? This is the current carrying conductor PQ and current from Q to P. Okay. Depict the direction of the current induced in the loop when the current in the wire PQ is constantly increasing. See, due to this wire, a magnetic field line generated. And what is the direction of magnetic field due to PQ conducting wire? That is, using curl rule, that is inside this loop. And if I am talking about it's continuously increasing, that means in the loop there will be change in magnetic flux. There will be change in magnetic flux. Due to this change in magnetic flux, we know about EMF induced across the coil minus d phi upon dt. This is change in flux just because current increasing continuously. Now, the direction of induced current in such a way to oppose the change in magnetic flux. Now, if magnetic flux increasing inside the paper, so induce current in such a way to oppose this change. As per Lenz's law, as per this negative sign, to oppose this change. And to oppose this change, we have to generate magnetic flux outside. Outside, which means the direction of current in this loop in such a way. See, just put the finger in the direction of current. Now, the induced, this is induced current. This is induced current. This is induced current. And due to this induced current, the magnetic field lines or magnetic flux outward. See, due to induced current, magnetic flux outward. Outward, which means they opposes the change. Magnetic flux due to this PQ are inside, but magnetic flux due to this induced current is outside. Both cancel each other, which means they opposes. Alright. Now, come to the standard answer. See, the magnetic field lines due to PQ inside the coil is directed into the plane of paper. As we will discuss, that is cross, cross, cross. As current PQ continuously increasing, flux, the loop is also continuously increasing. According to Lenz's law, current will flow in the loop in such a direction to oppose the increase in the magnetic flux through the loop. Hence, magnetic field due to induced current in loop should be projected outside the paper. Magnetic flux due to induced current is outside the paper. Hence, the current should flow its anti-clockwise. Right? Current is anti-clockwise. I hope you got my answer. Okay. Now, moving to next question, question number 5. Next question, question number 5. See, a short bar magnet, magnetic moment M equals to 0.32 Joule per Tesla is placed in a uniform magnetic field of 0.15 Tesla. If the bar is free to rotate in plane of the field, which orientation would correspond to it? First, stable and unstable. See, stable and unstable. For stability and instability, basically it's a MB sin theta. It's a MB sin theta. Alright. A bar magnet is kept into, see, I hope you remember this diagram. This is a uniform magnetic field where we kept a bar magnet AB. It's a short dipole basically. Now, find out two stability and unstable positions. For the stable position, see, for stability, for stable position, theta must be 0 degree. That means magnetic moment M. This is M and B. Both are parallel. M vector and B vector are in parallel. Alright? M is a magnetic moment. And for unstable condition, theta must be 180 degree, which means M vector and B vector in anti-parallel. Alright? In anti-parallel. Now, you got my point? See, come to that. M equals to 0.32, B equals to 1.15, and I have for the stable condition, theta is in parallel direction, right? Okay. See, the bar magnet is directed along the direction of external field. So P is minimum. U equals to minus MB, that is minus 4.8 into product of this 10 to the power minus 2. This is the most stable condition. Now, any other position or other than the above is unstable. The one with maximum P is with anti-parallel to the magnetic field. In such case, product is same again, but it's 4.8 into 10 to the power minus 2. It's positive. Here, negative, and this is positive. Alright. Now, moving to next. Alright, see. Figure 1.33 shows tracks of the three charged particles in uniform electrostatic field. Give the signs of the three charges which particle has the highest charge mass ratio. Simple. Is it simple? See, there is a positive, this is a negative. And first and second charge moving towards the positive, that means these two are negative. And the third one is positive charge. Third one is a positive charge. If I am considering mass ratio, positive value having higher mass ratio. Positive value having higher mass ratio. That means third one have positive mass ratio, that means higher mass ratio. Okay, see, first and second are negative as they were attracted by the positive plate charge. Third is positive as it deflected towards the negative plate. Okay, so thus third has highest charge of mass ratio as it would be positive figure. Now, moving to next. Okay. 12 picofarad. This is PF, which means picofarad. Alright. Capacitor is connected to 50 volt battery. How much electrostatic energy is stored in the capacitor? You know, U equals to half CV square. U equals to half CV square. But here 12 picofarad. Just converted into farad. Then after you can calculate the value. See, 12 picofarad, that means 10 to the power minus 12. 10 to the power minus 12. Now it's in farad and 50. W equals to half CV square, that means half 12 into 10 to the power minus 12 into 2500, that is 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 8 joule. All right, you got, okay. In 2-marker question, numericals is in such a way like just put the value in the formula and you will get the answer, right? Only 2 or 3 steps done and you have reached your answer. At room temperature, that is 27 degrees Celsius, the resistance of heating element is 100 ohm. What is the temperature of the element if the resistance is found to be 117, given that the temperature coefficient of material of resistor is 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 4 degrees per Celsius. Okay. See, at a room temperature, and T1 is basically 27 degrees Celsius. T2 is what? It's 117 coefficient of the, okay, fine. What is the temperature of the element? That means T2. Okay. Heating element 100 ohm, R naught. And what is the value of RT at the certain temperature? The value is 117. All right, 117. RT is equals to 1 plus alpha. See, R2 is equals to R1, 1 plus alpha theta 2 minus theta 1. That is temperature basically, alpha T, right? T2, that means RT. T2, that means RT. See, in this term, this is R naught, 1 plus alpha del T. R naught 1 plus alpha. Del T, that means what? This is T2 minus T. We have to calculate T2, right? So just put all these values, that is RT, which means 117, which is equals to R naught. R naught, that means resistance at room temperature. RT, that means resistance at certain temperature. R naught is what? 100. Okay. Now 1 plus alpha. Alpha is this what? This is alpha. 1.70 into 10 to the power minus 4. Right? Temperature coefficient. 1.70 into 10 to the power minus 4 into T2 minus, what is T1? T1 is 27 degrees Celsius. Now, you got the answer. Just calculate and get your answer. That is 1027 degrees Celsius. 1027 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's moving to next question. The storage battery of a car has EMF of 12 volt. EMF how much? This is 12 volt. Okay. The internal resistance of battery is 4. Internal resistance, that is 4. Right. What is the maximum current can be drawn from the battery? Maximum current, I max. This is basically considered in the series combination. See, with battery, internal resistance is always considered in series combination. Now, you have V, you have R, just calculate I from Ohm's law. V equals to IR, which is I equals to V upon R. Right? V is 12 volt and this is 0.4, just 30. I equals to 30 ampere. Current from this battery withdrawn maximally 30 ampere. Okay, now moving to next. Okay, see, a long straight wire in the horizontal plane carries a current of 50 ampere in north to south direction. Right? Give the magnitude and the direction of B at a point 2.5 meter east of the wire. See, This is basically current carrying conductor. A straight wire in the horizontal plane carries a current of 50 ampere north to south. Okay. 50 ampere of current. Give the magnitude and direction of the point. See, this distance is 2.5 meter. This distance is 2.5 meter. This is the point P. Okay. East, right? So, if I'm using curl rule, this is outward, thumb inside, this magnetic flux outward, the direction is outward. Now, to calculate B, see, B equals to mu naught upon 4 pi 2I upon में A. B equals to mu naught upon 4 pi 2I upon A. A is what? A is perpendicular distance, which is 2.5 given. And I is what? This is 50 ampere. Now, this is magnetic field at a point P due to a straight conducting wire. Right? See, mu is what? Mu naught upon 4 pi. That means 10 to the power minus 7. 2 into, this is 50 ampere upon 2.5. Just eliminate. This is 2 times to the 4 into 10 to the power minus 6. 4 into 10 to the power minus 6, and the direction is outward. Tesla. Direction is outward. Direction is outward. Right? Right? Outward direction. Now, moving to next question. This is also a numerical type question. And what it is? Current in a circuit falls from 5 ampere to 0 in 0.1 second. Right? If the average EMF 200 volt induced, give an estimate of the self-inductance. See, this is the change di upon dt, that is di upon dt, right? I2 basically 5 ampere, I1 is 0 ampere, and the time taken to this happen is 0.1 second. And EMF, which is equals to 200 volt. Just asking about L. Right? And what is the formula? E equals to minus L di upon dt. E equals to minus L di upon dt. If I am taking this L, see, E equals to minus L di upon dt. If I am considering this L, that means negative of E upon di upon dt. Is it? E is what? EMF is 200 minus di upon dt. Di upon dt, that means di upon dt, that means di, which means 5 minus 0, that is 5, right? And dt, what about dt? It's a 0.1. That means 5 upon 0.1. 200 into 0.1 upon 5. Is it? Okay, fine. That means 400. That means 400. Okay, 400. Now, moving to next. In a resonant circuit, at which angular frequency potential difference leads the current? Potential difference lead the current. Right? Potential difference lead the current. In this case, potential difference lead the current. This is basically VL in inductive circuit, right? In inductive circuit, which means in resonant condition, W omega L is equals to 1 upon omega C. In resonant condition, see, if I am considering, see, resonant circuit, that means inductive and capacitive. Inductor and capacitor, both are present. That means resistance will be 0. Z is also 0. If you have, this is C, this is LR circuit, this is LR circuit. If you have LCR circuit, then it will also possible, just because R is 0 and Z is also 0. In both the cases, see, Z, as you know, this is R square plus XL square minus XC square. If this one is 0, this is 0, right? XL and XC, which means this is omega L square minus 1 upon omega C square. Under root just wait. XL minus XC whole square. Is it? If Z equals to 0 and R is also equals to 0, that means what? This is only XL equals to XC. XL is equals to XC. XL, that means omega L, and with XC, that means 1 upon omega C. Right? Omega L, 1 upon omega C. Okay. Now, in case of potential leads the current, then omega L must be 1 upon omega C. Just shift this omega here. Omega square is greater than 1 upon LC. Omega is greater than 1 upon under root of LC. Omega is greater than 1 upon under root of LC. This is the condition. Okay. Now, next. The peak voltage of AC supply 300 volt. What is the RMS voltage? See, peak voltage, that means V0 is 300 volt. And talking about VRMS. VRMS is what? VRMS is equals to V0 upon root 2. V0 upon root 2. Right? Just put 300 upon root 2. 1.414, or you can multiply 0.07. Right? A. The RMS value, that means IRMS given, which is 10 ampere, and asking the peak, that means I0. In the same way, as we know that IRMS, which is equals to I0 upon root 2, if we want to calculate I0, then this is under root of IRMS. That means under root of 10 ampere. Under root, that means 414 into 10, that is 41.41 ampere. Is it? Is it? And this is 212 volt, and this is 41.14. I hope you got the answer. I hope there is no problem. Now, moving to next question. See, come to an ray optics, right? Question from ray optics, right? A glass prism has minimum angle of deviation 5 in air. State with reason how the angle of minimum deviation will change if the prism is immersed in liquid of refractive index greater than. As you know, refractive index of any medium is greater than 1, just because absolute refractive index of air is 1, so that if we are going to consider any of the medium, there is greater than 1 refractive index. See, we know that mu equals to sine A plus del M upon 2 upon sine A. See, this one, mu equals to sine del M plus A upon 2 upon sine A upon 2. This is the refractive index of a prism. But when prism is immersed in a liquid of refractive index greater than 1, its refractive index with respect to liquid will becomes less than. From the above relation, it follows the angle of minimum deviation will decrease. If you immerse in higher refractive index, greater than 1 refractive index of the medium, then the angle of deviation will get decreased, right? Using this formula. Now, moving to another very important question, that is, why is that sunglasses which has curved surface do not have any power? Sunglasses having no any power, right? That means you already listened, right? Goggles having 0 power, right? How is it possible? P equals to 0, it is only possible if we have curved lenses, then some power possible. But if you want P equals to 0, that means we consider 2 lenses. First one is convex and second is concave. If I am considering both having same power, but the power of convex is positive and the power of concave is negative. Power of convex is positive and power of concave is negative. So that if power of Px plus Pe, which is negative of Pe, and Px is always equal to Pe in terms of their magnitude, in terms of Px, see, Px, magnitude of Px is equal to the magnitude of Pe, then this is always 0. Just because power and focus are additive in nature, right? Power and focus, if I am considering focus, then it is 1 upon f1 plus 1 upon f2, right? 1 upon f equals to 1 upon f1. That means if I am considering this is fx, negative of fe, and again it's 0, again it's 0. So that power is always 0. See, the two surfaces of goggle lenses are parallel, that is possess same radii of curvature. Since one surface is convex and other equally concave, the powers of the two sources is equal but opposite sign. The total power of the goggle lens P dash is algebraic sum of the power of the individual surface, which means P1 plus P2 must be 0. Okay, now moving to next question, question number 16. Moving to question number 16. What it is? See, this is the question from Young's double slit experiment. See, in Young's double slit experiment, the slits are separated by 0.28 mm. This is the value of D, 0.28 mm. Okay. And the screen is placed 1.4 meter away. That means capital D is 1.4 meter. Right? The distance between the central bright fringe and the fourth fringe is measured to be n is 4. N is 4 to be 1.2 centimeter. Right? Determine the wavelength of light B basically for 4, n equals to 4, B basically 1.2 centimeter. Wavelength lambda. Alright, lambda. You know, B is equals to n lambda D upon D. Is it? We want to calculate lambda, that means BD upon n, BD upon ND. Let's see. See, D is basically 0.28 mm, that means 10 to the power minus 3 meter, 1.5. Y4 is given 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. Now, Y basically that is B basically band width, that is 4 into D lambda upon D. Lambda equals to 4D D upon D. That means this is N basically, this is N. 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 2, 0.28 into 10 to the power minus 3 upon 1.4. This is 6 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter. Okay. Firstly, you put the values in this formula and you can calculate the exactly same answer. Now, moving to next question. Yeah. Light of wavelength 5000 angstrom falls on a plane reflecting surface. What are the wavelengths and frequency of the reflected light? For what angle of incidence is reflected by normal to the incident ray? Angle of incidence is reflected ray normal to incident, right? 5000 angstrom, that means 5 into 10 to the power minus 10, right? Okay, we have to calculate frequency. X equals to 5000 angstrom, that means 5 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter. On reflecting, no change occur in wavelength, frequency and speed of the incident light. The wavelength of reflecting light is 5000 angstrom only. In reflection, there is no change in wavelength, speed, right? Only change in direction. So, frequency V is equals to C upon lambda. C is 3 into 10 to the power 8, speed of light, upon, what is the value? 5 into 10 to the power, 5 into 10 to the power minus 7. Now, it's 6 into 10 to the power 14 hertz, right? 6 into 10 to the power 14 hertz. the reflected ray is normal to the incident ray when the angle of incidence is equal to 45 degree. Angle of incidence is equal to 45. See, as you know, I equals to R in reflection. Both are normal, that means this is 45 degree, this is also 45 degree. That's why the total angle between incident and reflected is 90 degree. That is normal to incident. Okay. Find the maximum frequency and the minimum wavelength of X-ray produced by 3 kV electrons. Okay. See, 3 kV, that means 30 into 10 to the power 3. Right? The maximum frequency of X-rays produced is given by, see, EV equals to H nu max. This is the relation. We want nu max. This is the frequency, nu max, that is EV upon H. Now, put the value. E is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 and V is what? 30 into 10 to the power 3 upon H. H is the basically Planck's constant. H is Planck's constant. 6.623 into 10 to the power minus 34. Now, from here, we can calculate nu max is equals to 7.25 into 10 to the power 18, 10 to the power 18 hertz. Is it? Now, minimum wavelength X-rays produced by given by EV equals to HC upon lambda. EV equals to HC upon lambda, lambda mean. Now we will going to calculate lambda mean. For lambda mean, HC, H basically 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 23. H basically this one, C is this one, and lambda mean. For lambda mean, let me calculate first. See, lambda mean it's HC upon EV. HC upon EV. Now, just put H 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 and V is 3 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 10 to the power 8, right? Minus 3. 3 into 10 to the power 8 upon 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 into 30 into 10 to the power 3. C. This is C, speed of light. This is Planck's constant. This is 1 electronic charge and this is V as given. That means this is 0.414 angstrom. Okay. Moving to next. The photoelectric cutoff voltage in a certain experiment is 1.5 volt. Okay. What is the maximum kinetic energy of photoelectrons emitted? This is cutoff voltage. We have to calculate K max. K max. See, K max, K max, kinetic energy max, that is half mv max square. Half of mv max square. This is also written as EV naught. This is EV naught. Alright. 1.5 volt given and 1.5 into V naught, 1.5 into V naught, which means 15 electron volt. 15 electron volt. Okay, so moving to next. A difference of 2.3 electron volt separates two energy levels in an atom, right? What is the frequency of radiation emitted when the atom make a transition from upper level to lower level? This is a difference of energy level. 2.3 electron volt is the difference of energy level. We have to calculate frequency of the emitted radiation transition upper level to lower level, right? E is basically 2.3 electron volt. That means 2.3 into 1.6 into 10 to the power 19 joule. This is electron volt, if you want to convert electron volt into joule, equivalent joule, then we have to multiply 1.6 into 10 to the power 19. Okay. That means this is 3.68 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. Now, E equals to H nu. Equals to H nu. We want to calculate the value, this nu. That means nu equals to E upon H. E, that is energy, that is 3.68 into 10 to the power minus 19. And H is the Planck's constant, that is 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34. Just divide, and 5.56 into 10 to the power 14 hertz. Is it? Okay. Now, moving to another question, that is question number 21. Let's see. What is the ratio of radii of orbits corresponding to first excited state and ground state of hydrogen atom? Ratio of radii of the orbits. Ratio of radii of the orbits. See, Rn is directly proportional to n square. Rn is directly proportional to n square. Radius is directly proportional to n square. Alright. So, R2 upon R1 is what? This is square of 2 upon square of 1. That is R2 upon R1 is 4 upon 1. That means ratio is 4 ratio. Ratio is 4 ratio. Okay, fine. What is the shortest wavelength present in the Paschen series of spectral lines? Shortest wavelength in Paschen series. Shortest wavelength in Paschen series. See, as we know, the general formula, that is 1 upon lambda is equals to R H 1 upon 3 square minus 1 upon n1 square. Is it? H is 4, 5, 6 and so on. Just because we are going to discuss Paschen series. So, H1 started from 4th. Okay. For shortest wavelength, X is infinity. X1 is infinity. Now, just put this value infinity square. Infinity square, which means 0. 1 upon infinity is 0. Then 1 upon infinity square is also 0. 1 upon 9. RH upon 9. R min is 9 upon RH. 9 upon RH. Okay, fine. Moving to next. The half-life period of a radioactive substance is 30 days. What is the time taken for 3/4 of the original mass disintegrate? Half-life is 30 days. We want to calculate time taken in 3/4. See, T is equals to 30 days. Half-life period is 30 days. That means T is 30. Now, n0 minus n upon n is 3 upon 4. N upon n0 is 1 upon 4. Right? See, T is the required time. N upon n0 is 1 upon 2 times of 1 upon T. That is 1 upon 2 equals 1 upon 2 raised to the power 1 upon 30. That means it is 1 upon 4, which is equals to 1 upon 2 square. That is T equals to 60 days. T equals to 60 days. Right? We just compare the powers. 1 upon 30 is compared to 2. Just because it's 1 upon 2, it's also 1 upon 2. This compare with this one. Okay. Now, a PN photodiode is fabricated from a semiconductor with band gap 2.8 electron volt. Can it detect a wavelength of 6000 nanometer? See, lambda equals to 600 nanometer. That means 600 into 10 to the power minus 9 meter. Okay. Therefore, energy is associated with the wavelength. Energy associated with the wavelength E equals to hc upon lambda. And what is the value of h? H is the basically Planck's constant. Planck's constant, that means 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34. And speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8. And what about the lambda? Lambda given 600 into 10 to the power minus 9. Just put, calculate the value. This is 2.07 electron volt. As the energy associated with the wavelength is less than the band gap energy of the semiconductor, can't detect this wavelength. Right? It cannot detect wavelength just because wavelength is less than the band gap. Wavelength is less than the band gap. Right? Okay. Now moving to next. In a PNP transistor circuit, the collector circuit current is 10 milliampere. Collector current is 10 milliampere. IC is 10 milliampere. Okay. If 90% of hole reach the collector, find the emitter base current. IBE or IEB. Okay. Okay, fine. See, IC is equals to 90% of IE equals to basically 90% of IC. Since 90% holes are reached at the collector, that means IE is equals to 90% of this. So, IC upon 0.9, 10.9, that is 11.1 milliampere. Now, we have to calculate IB, basically base current, that is IE minus IC, that is 11.1 minus 10, that is 1.1 milliampere. 1.1 milliampere current, emitter base current basically. This is emitter base current. State two disadvantages of semiconductor devices. Two disadvantages of semiconductor device, right? The semiconductor device temperature sensitive, even a small overheating may cause the damage of them. And second, the semiconductor device cannot handle as much power as ordinary vacuum tubes can do, right? Right? These are the two disadvantages. There are many advantages of semiconductor, but little bit disadvantages too. Okay. Now, come to this question. Express by a truth table the output Y for all possible inputs A and B for the logic gate. So, A and B, I have two inputs, so that let's draw the truth table A, B. This is 1, 1, 0, 0. Here, sorry. Yeah, 1, 1, 0, 0. This is 1, 0, 1, 0. These are the four maximum possibility at input end. Now, we have to calculate Y. So, see, this is A, this is B. Here, Y equals to, okay, this is D, and that means A dot B. And what is the value of I then? This is OR gate. A is directly coming from here, and this is A dot B. That means Y is what? A plus A dot B. So, can we calculate an intermediate term, that is A dot B first, then Y equals to A plus A dot B? Is it? This is the final result. Now, firstly, A dot B. A dot B, when both the inputs high, then output is high. Otherwise, 0. If 1 dot 1, then output is 1, otherwise 0. That is 1 in 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. Now, A plus A dot B. A plus A dot B. A plus A dot B. If any one of the input is high, then output is high. See, 1, 1, 1 plus 1. First, 1 plus 1, 1. 1 plus 0 is also 1. 0, 0, 0 and 0, 0, 0. This is the truth table. This is the truth table, right? 1, 1, 0, 0. Same as A. Same as the input at A, right? When A is high, output is high. When A is low, output is low. I hope you got my point. Okay. A is high, Y is high. High, high, low, 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 low. Right? Just draw intermediate term, then we will calculate easily final result. Okay, fine. Moving to next. 600 Hertz modulating voltage fed into FM generator produces a frequency deviation of 3.36 kilohertz. Find the modulation index. Find the modulation index. See, del is basically 3.3 kilohertz. That means 3.36 into 10 to the power 3 hertz. And what is the FM frequency? 600 hertz, right? Now, modulation is del upon FM. Del is 3.36 into 10 to the power 3 upon my 600. That is 5.6. Modulation is 5.6. Modulation is 5.6. It's very simple. It's very simple. Okay. Why is FM signal less susceptible to noise than AM signals? As you everyone know, right? FM signals less susceptible to noise as compared to AM. Amplitude modulation. This is frequency modulation signals. Amplitude modulation signals, before some years, it was used to transmit radio signals. Nowadays, FM is more popular than the AM, right? See, in FM transition, the massive signal is in the format of frequency variation of carrier wave. During the modulation process, the noise get amplitude modulated, since bring about variations only in the amplitude of the carrier wave. It does not harm the massive signal. For the reason, FM signal is less susceptible to noise than the AM signals. Right? This is a frequency modulation. The audio signal cannot be transmitted directly into the space. Why? Audio signal cannot be transmitted into space. As you know, audio signal just treated with carrier signal, that is called modulation, and then transmitted. Why? The length of the antenna requires, it's so large, 500 meter, that is practically impossible to set up it. Okay. Length of antenna 500 meter, it's huge. Half kilometer, right? It's not possible. The energy radiated from the antenna in audio frequency range is practically zero. Okay. The audio signals transmitted from the different broadcasting station get inseparably mixed up. As you know, there is a fixed frequency to catch the signals at the receiver end. For that, to transmit at transmitter end at the same frequency, which is not possible if we directly transmit the signals. So that we modulate that signal. Okay, now moving to question number 31st. What it is? A long straight wire in horizontal plane carrying 50 amperes. Okay, this is the repeated question, I think. We already done this question, right? We already done this question. We already done. Okay. A charged 30 picofarad capacitor is connected to 27 millihenry inductor. What is the angular frequency of free oscillation of this circuit? What else? A charged 30 picofarad capacitor, 30 picofarad, connected to 27 millihenry. Okay, what is the angular frequency of the oscillation? What is the angular frequency of the oscillation? Okay, L is 27, that means 27 into 10 to the power 3. C is 30, that means 30 into 10 to the power minus 6. It's microfarad or picofarad? This is microfarad basically. This is microfarad. Okay, this is microfarad. Okay, 10 to the power minus 6. Done. Omega equals to 1 upon LC. Angular frequency, free oscillation. Omega equals to 1 upon LC. Okay, 1 upon 27.10 to the power minus 3 and to 30 into 10 to the power minus 6. That is 1.1 into 10 to the power minus 3 radian per second. Right. Estimate the distance for which ray optics is good approximation for an aperture of 4 mm and wavelength 400 nanometer. Right. A is 4 mm, that means 4 into 10 to the power 3 meter. Okay. Now, minus 3. This is minus 3 basically. 400 nanometer, that means 400 into 10 to the power minus 9 meter. And what about Z? A square upon lambda. Z is A square upon lambda. A square, that means A square upon lambda. A square, that means 4 into 10 to the power minus 3 whole square upon lambda, that means 400 into 10 to the power minus 9, that is 40 meter. That is 40 meter. So all are 2 or 3 liner numericals, right? 2 or 3 liner numericals, no more than this. A battery of EMF 10 volt, internal resistance 30 is connected to a resistor. The current in the circuit is 0.5 ampere. See, EMF is 10 volt, internal resistance 30 ohm, and current I 0.5 ampere. Okay, what is the resistance of the resistor? What is the terminal voltage of the battery when the circuit is closed? There is an external resistance also. There is an external resistance also, and we have to calculate the terminal potential of this cell. Where this is 10 volt and this is 30 ohm, right? Terminal potential. That means we have to calculate this V, and I have an external resistance. We have to calculate this R also, right? See, I equals to E upon R plus R. This is current from the cell. We have to calculate this R plus R into I, which is equals to E. That means R plus R is equals to E upon I. Now, if E upon I minus R is the external resistance R, just simple. E upon I minus R. E is 10, I is 0.5, and R is 3, that is 17. This is too easy, right? Now, terminal voltage V equals to E minus IR. Potential difference is basically EMF minus current from the cell, and resistance is what? This is the internal resistance. 10 minus 0.5 into 3, that is 8.5 volt. This voltmeter shows 8.5 volt. This voltmeter shows 8.5 volt, right? And the resistance of this external resistance is 17 ohm. All right. Moving to question number 35th. Okay, sir. Moving to question number 35th. Okay, fine. Two thin lenses of power 0.5 diopter and minus 3 diopter are connected. What is the focal length of this combination? Simple. P is equals to P1 plus P2. Okay. P is equals to 5 plus minus of 3, that is 2 diopter. Then what is about 1 upon F? P is equals to, F is equals to 1 upon P. That is 1 upon 2. That is 0.5 meter. Or you can say 50 centimeter. Right? 0.5 or 50 centimeter. Right? 0.5 or 50 centimeter. 0.5 or 50 centimeter, right? Now, the total current supplied to the circuit by a battery is, see, what it is. In simplified way, one path from here, this resistance and collector. See, this is 3 ohm. This is 3 ohm. Now, before that, this will happen. See, before that, 2 ohm. Then this is 2 ohm. This is 1.5 ohm, and this is 6 ohm. This is the circuit basically. Now see, again redraw this circuit. If I ampere of current passing through it, first breakdown here and second part is here. Now, again divided into 2. That means this 3 and this 6 and 1.5. These all in 6 and 1.5 is in series. This is in series with parallel with 3 ohm. Right? Firstly solve 6 plus this is just like this. This is 3 ohm. This is 6 plus 1, that is 7.5 ohm. Right? This is 2 ohm. Now, solve this in parallel combination. Solve these in parallel combination. Then treat with 2. Then the final answer will get 4 ampere. Final answer will be 4 ampere. Now, moving to 37th question. In double slit experiment using light wavelength 600 nanometer, angular width of fringe formed on a distant screen is 0.1 degree. What is the spacing between the two slits? Right. Double slit experiment, light of wavelength 600 nanometer, width 0.1 degree. See, theta is 0.1 degree. That means in radian, it is pi upon 1800. Lambda equals to 6000 angstrom. That means 6 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter. Just because angstrom is 10 to the power minus 10. Right. Theta is b upon d. Beta is d lambda upon d upon d. D and d cancel. That means lambda upon d. Lambda is 6 into 10 to the power minus 7. And theta is pi upon 1800. That is 3.44 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter. Is it? Okay. Now, moving to next. A pair of adjacent coil has mutual inductance 1.5 Henry. If the current in one coil changes from 0 to 20 ampere in 0.5 seconds, what is the change of flux linkage with the coil? Right? d phi equals to mdi. Mutual inductance is basically m d phi upon me dt. Now, if d phi equals to m di, m is equals to d phi upon di. Now, we have to calculate d phi, then this is m di. M is what? 1.5 and di is what? 20. That means it's 30 Weber. It's 30. Right? 30 Weber. Next. Two identical loops, one copper and another aluminium, are rotated with the same speed in the same magnetic field. Induced EMF and induced current will be more, and why? See. To induce EMF will be same in both, but induced current will be more in copper loop as its resistance will be lesser as compared to that the aluminium. In copper having less resistance as per aluminium, so that for the same flux, current induced in copper is greater than in aluminium just because of resistance. Now, 40th question. This is the last question, right? In NPN transistor circuit, the collector current 10 milliampere if 90%. I think this is also a repeated question. We already done this. This is the repeated question. Already done this. Okay. So, 40 questions from my side. 2 markers question basically from physics. And I hope you understand all the questions. Each question is easy one. You have to calculate all these values. Just write the question, drag the values from the question, and you have to solve it. Right now, the time is to share, subscribe, and like the session. Just share the session with your friends, and we will meet in another session for that, for 3 marker question. Right? So, just close the session. Just close the today's session basically. We will meet tomorrow again with 3 marker questions. Now, thanks for watching. Thank you so much. We will meet in next session.
Hello. All right, my ninja warriors. So now we are going to start with mathematics 2-marker questions one by one. One question, the very first question you can see on your screen. Just let me know that if I'm audible and visible. Okay, hi, Harsha. Am I audible? Please give me a green signal quickly, okay? So 2-marker question we are going to discuss without wasting any time. And also, if you have not liked the session, what are you waiting for? Do hit the like button, smash the like button, okay? All right. Am I audible? Audible. Okay, so the very first question we are going to start with is from functions chapter, okay? Show that if f and g both are 1 f and g both are 1 function, then gof will also be a 1 function. Now understand what is happening. There is a set A and set B. A to B will be a 1 function. So A to B will be 1 1. So 1 2 3 4 suppose. So A to B and 1 2 3 4 5 suppose. So A to B 1 function looks like this, right? 1 function looks like this. This is A, this is B. A to B is 1 function. Now B to C is also 1 function. Understand, B to C. Now if B to C is 1 function, that means there should be no element which will be left out in set B. So set B will have 4 elements. Suppose, so B to C, if I talk about B to C, if you want B to C to be a 1 function, it should look like this. If at all this is the thing, this is also a thing. So this is B to C. Now understand that A to C, if they talk about A to C directly. So if I talk about A to C directly, then understand, if I choose other color, A to C, so this is element in A which is directly linked with this. 1 1. This element 1 1. Then this we are having 1 1. Then this we are having 1 1. This is a left out element in C. So we can clearly see that A to C is also 1 1 function. So first of all, we have a pictorial understanding of a 1 1 function. This is, by the way, GOF. This is your GOF. This is your A to B is F. This is your B to C is G. This is your GOF function. But how to write it in your examination? 2-marker question, right? So what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to consider an element which will belong to C set. Okay. Now C set. So element, suppose this is the element which is belonging to C set. Now understand, if an element is existing in C set, then there will be pre-image of it in set B. So that is what it written over here. So there will be a pre-image of Y, of Z under G. Okay. Since G is onto, right? They are telling that G is an onto function. Okay. So G is an onto function. Now for Y belongs to B, there exists a pre-image of X of Y under F such that G of Y is equals to Z. Since G is an onto function, therefore we can write G of X is equals to G of F of X is equals to G of Y is equals to Z. Okay, this is how we need to write in your examination in Karnataka board. Okay, let us move on to the next problem, which is from inverse trigonometric function. Very easy question, I would say, direct question. Sin inverse 2x square root 1 minus x square. You need to show that this is equals to this. Okay. So over here, what we need to do is simple substitution. We are going to put x is equals to sine theta. The moment you put x is equals to sine theta, understand your sine inverse 2x is what? Sine theta. And square root of 1 minus x square is 1 minus sine square theta. So this is cos theta, correct? So sine inverse 2 sine theta cos theta, correct? So this is going to become sine inverse sine 2 theta, correct? Sine inverse sine 2 theta is going to be just 2 theta, and theta from here we can say that theta is nothing but sine inverse x. So sine inverse, 2 sine inverse x is your theta. 2 sine inverse x is your theta. Low sound you are saying? Please keep your mic properly. Anamika, can you please increase your volume of your phone a little bit, because I feel that my sound is good. What about others? Are they also finding my sound a little low? Do let me know, okay? Next question on your screen, you can see over here, slope of tangent to this curve at x equals to 10. So slope, can anybody tell me in the chat box about slope? So slope of a tangent will give you what? Slope will be dy by dx. You just have to differentiate this function right away by using quotient rule. So dy by dx, all of you in the chat box, x minus 2 whole square, x minus 2 kept constant, x minus 1 derivative is 1, minus sign, this time x minus 1 kept constant and derivative of x minus 2 being 1, correct? X cancel, minus 2 plus 1 minus 1 upon x minus 2 whole square is your dy by dx. This is your dy by dx, correct? Now they are saying at x equals to 10. So put x equals to 10 in this. So you are going to get dy by dx at x equals to 10 is going to be minus 1 upon 10 minus 2, 8 ka square. So this is minus 1 upon 64. So slope is equals to minus 1 upon 64. This is your correct answer of this question. 2 marker question. Got it, got it, got it. Let us move on to the next problem, which is again from differentiation. This is from implicit differentiation. Dy by dx we need to find, and an implicit function is given. So you don't have to do anything, you don't have to rearrange, you don't have to shuffle right away. Both sides you have to differentiate with respect to x. Do it right away. So 2x plus xy are product of two functions. Product of two functions. Now x is right here, derivative of y is dy by dx, plus this time y is kept constant, derivative of x is 1, plus 2y dy by dx is equals to 0. Now what you have to do is club the non-dy by dx terms together, which is 2x plus y, okay, and the dy by dx terms together and take dy by dx common, so x plus 2y, correct? So dy by dx, now from here you can calculate basic algebraic manipulations, transitions. So this is how your dy by dx will look like. Have a look, let me know. Yes, so dy by dx is negative 2x plus y upon x plus 2y. This is implicit differentiation. Okay ma'am, all right, let us see what is the next question. This question is from differential equation, which is asking us to calculate order and degree of this differential equation. First of all, order. Order of any differential equation will be nothing but how many times your y has been differentiated. Okay, how many times your y has been differentiated. So clearly here y is differentiated once, differentiated once. Power is 2, but y is differentiated once, right? Power over here is 2, but again y over here is differentiated twice. So order of this differential equation is 2. Now when it comes to degree, you have to be very, very careful, because yes, Saujanya, absolutely right. So degree may you have to understand that no differential coefficient should stuck inside any function. Log dy by dx, no. Sin dy by dx, no. E power dy by dx, no. It should not happen. And if it is happening, try to rescue dy by dx. Try isolating dy by dx. So if you try removing dy by dx from inside of sine, what will happen? You will end up getting sine inverse on the right hand side. So what you are going to do is shift everything towards right hand side and eventually apply sine inverse. So now your other differential coefficient will get stuck inside sine inverse. So again, there is no way I can remove this sine, or I can take this dy by dx out from this sign. So that is why degree is not defined. Degree not defined, my dear students. Degree is not defined. Let us move on to the next problem, which is from the world of probability, which says that x denotes number of hours you study during a randomly selected school day. Okay? X denotes number of hours you study during a randomly selected school day. Okay? So, x is what? Number of hours. So, x is 0, you can see 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay? So, probability x can take any value of x when which of the following is correct. Okay? Now, understand. Probability of basically summation of all probability is 1. You know that or not? Sigma of all possible probability is 1. This is one formula. That means what I am saying is P of 0 plus P of 1 plus P of 2 plus P of 3 plus P of 4 plus P of 5 and so on all the way up to this is equals to 1. Yes or no? Now P of 0, can anybody tell me what is the value of P of 0? So when P of 0 means x equals to 0. So P of 0, what are they saying? 0, 1, huh? 0.1. It should be 0.1, not 0, 1. Hold on. Okay. 0, 1. No, 1 is not there. Only 0. So P of 0 is 0 plus. What about P of 1? P of 1 will be kx. X is 1, right? So k into 1 plus P of 2. If you put 2x equals to 2, this is going to become k into 2 plus P of 3. This is k 5 minus 3. So k times 5 minus 3 and this is k times 5 minus 4 and now, so this is P of 4. P of 5, P of 6, everything else will be 0, yes or no? Now this is k plus 2k, 3k. 3k plus 2k will be what? 5k. 5k plus k will be what? 6k. So 6k is going to be 1 and from here k is going to be 1 by 6. Find the value of k. 2 marker question, easy question wherein k is equals to 1 by 6. Similar type of question you can expect in your KCET examination as well. So do not underestimate. That's what I meant to say. Angle between two pair of lines. Angle between two lines. How do you calculate angle between two lines? Let me know in the chat box. Can anybody tell me? Angle between two lines. So now lines. This is line number 1. Understand? And this is your line number 2. And if you talk about, see, angle between lines means what? Angle between two directions. So this represents direction of line number 1 and this represents direction of line number 2. So we are actually looking for angle between these two vectors. Angle between any two vectors, tell me, cos theta is equals to A dot B upon magnitude of A, magnitude of B, yes or no? So cos theta is equals to A dot B. So 3, 2 2s are 4, then 2 6 are 12. Upon magnitude of A will be what? Square root of 1 square plus 2 square plus 2 square. Square root of 9. This is 9 plus 4. 13. So this is 9. Square root of 9 and 36 and 4. So 49. 49. So this is going to give you 12 plus 4 16 plus 3 19 upon 7 3s are 21. So theta is going to become cos inverse 19 upon 21. Yes or no in the chat box? Yes or no in the chat box? Yes? Got it? So that's how you calculate angle between two lines. Angle between two lines. Okay. All right. Clear. Let us move on to the next problem which says show that the function is 1, 1 but not on 2. Okay. So all right. First of all, understand the domain set is your n. Okay. So input is going to be natural number. So clearly if I just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. So if I put x equals to 1, you are going to get 2. If I put x equals to 2, you are going to get 4. Then you have 6. Then you have 8. Then you have 10. Okay. So clearly in this 1 is nothing, but you're not going to get 1. Fx cannot be 1, fx cannot be 3, fx cannot be 5, fx cannot be 7, 9. So fx cannot be equals to odd natural numbers, first of all. Odd natural numbers. Okay? So fx cannot be odd natural numbers, but if you talk about codomain, this is codomain. So codomain set, can you see? So codomain, can you see? Codomain is what? Codomain set is 1, 2, 3, basically all the natural numbers. But what about range? Range of this function is equals to, understand, 2, 4, 6 and 8. Clearly, and so on. Clearly, range जो है is a subset of codomain. This implies the function is into. That is so obvious. The function is definitely into function. Okay, ma'am, got it. Now, what about ma'am 1, 1? So to understand that function is 1, 1 or not, you have to just make sure that you are putting two values, x1, x2. Two values are belonging to natural numbers. So now 2x1, or you can say n1, because it is a natural number, na? So n1 and n2. n1 and n2 are two inputs which are belonging to natural numbers. So now 2n1, basically f of n1 equals to f of n2. This is the way you have to calculate what? F of n1, 1 and many one function. So 2n1 is equals to 2n2. This implies n1 and n2 are equal. This implies function is an 1, 1 function. This is how you calculate 1, 1 or not? Tell me. And if you have not liked the session, do like it right away. Next question. Find the area of triangle with vertices 2, 7, 1, 1 and 10, 8 using determinant method. So we know that area of triangle formula looks like this. Half x1, y1, 1, x2, y2, 1, x3, y3, 1. Correct or not? This is the formula, right? Now you have to take mod out of it. So delta is equals to half, and you are having 2, 7, 1, 1, 1, 1, 10, 8, 1. Okay. So half is right here. This is your 2. Determinant expansion. Yes, Sukanya. Yes, Harsha. Determinant expansion. 1 minus 8. Can anybody tell me? You are going to get minus 7. Minus 7. Now this time 1 minus 10. So minus 9 plus 1. This time you are 8 minus 10. So minus 2. And this is going to give you half. Minus 14. Okay. Then plus 7 nines are 63. And this is minus 2. Okay. So this is going to give you 63 minus 16 upon 2 is the correct answer. So 63 minus 47 by 2. 47 by 2. So the correct answer will be what? 47 by 2 square units. Okay. 47 by 2 square units. Clear? Perfect. Okie dokie. Give me a big thumbs up if you have understood this question now. Now we are going to move towards this question, which is, by the way, from integration, direct basic question from integration. If you clearly observe, 1 by cos square x can be written down as sec square x, and this is 1 minus tan x whole square, correct? So direct substitution based problem, you can see, put tan x equals to t and you're going to get sec square x dx equals to dt. Okay, so from here you are going to get dt upon 1 minus t whole square. So this is going to give you integration of this 1 minus t raised to power minus 2. So this is 1 minus t raised to power minus 2 plus 1 whole upon minus 1, and let's not forget 1 minus t will be differentiated plus constant, so negative negative plus 1 upon 1 minus t plus constant, and over here t can be written down as tan x. So 1 upon 1 minus tan x plus constant of integration. This is the final answer of this question. So have a look. Let me know if you have understood this. Okay, clear? All right, now we have another question, direct question, template based question, nothing new, seen question. This is question everywhere you will find. A minus b dot a plus b is going to be a square minus b square is equals to 8. So a square, if you square it both sides right away, a square is equals to 64b square. A square is what? 64b square minus b square is equals to 8. So 63b square is equals to 8. B is equals to 8 by 63. So b is equals to 2 root 2 upon 63. 9 sevens are 63. 3 root 7. This is your b, magnitude of b, magnitude of b, magnitude of b. Okay, magnitude of b. Okay, getting it? 2 root 2 by 3 root 7, or you can write down root 8 by root 63 as well. That is going to be working as well. So this is how you write the solutions in your examination. Then we are having plane is deleted, right? Okay. Slope of the tangent to this curve at x equals to 2. Okay, x equals to 2. So understand, to find equation of any line, what do you want? Tell me in the chat box. What do you want? To find equation of any line, what do you want? Okay, so you want a point and a slope. How do you get a point first of all? Ma'am, x equals to 2 is already there. You just want y. So y will be equals to 2 cube minus 2. At least you get that at what point you are calculating the tangent. So this is 8 minus 2, 6, correct? So point is 2 comma 6. This is your point. Now what about slope? To calculate slope, you need to find dy by dx. So directly differentiate it is equals to 3x square minus 1, correct? Now if you put x equals to 2, at x equals to 2 you are going to get, so dy by dx at x equals to 2 is equals to 3, 2 square minus 1. So 4 3s are 12, 11. So 11 is the slope. Now equation of line will be y minus 6 is equals to slope x minus 2, correct? So y is equals to 11x minus 22 plus 6. Y is equals to 11x minus 18. This is your line. Y is equals to 11x minus 18. Okay. So by the way, they are not talking about anything. They are only asking about slope. So you don't have to do see. Sorry guys. You don't have to do this. No need to find a point because you don't want a, I forgot. I was like, okay, they are asking to calculate equation of tangent. No, they are only talking about slope. So right away differentiate, put x equals to 2, that's it. This is also not required. Okay, but I am not erasing it. Just in case, you never know, your question 3 marker, 4 marker question will ask about ki acha, tell me the equation of tangent to this curve at x equals to 2. So then you have to do that. Then after, if they ask you like this, then you have to do that. Now we are going to move towards this question, which is e power tan inverse x upon, so integrate e power tan inverse x upon 1 plus x square dx, correct? So what we are going to do is tan inverse x we are going to put as t. Differentiate. So 1 upon 1 plus x square dx, easy integration, is equals to dt. So now if you see this thing, okay, this thing. So clearly integral of e power tan inverse x, e power t upon, this is your dt. So integration of e power t is e power t plus c, and eventually replace t by tan inverse x. So e power tan inverse x plus t plus constant of integration, and you are done. 2 marks, got it. You got 2 marks. Okay, all right. Next question. Projection of vector on this vector. Let me tell you the formula for projection. Suppose this is your A vector. this is your B vector. You are looking for projection. Projection of A vector on B vector. Projection of A vector on B vector. Correct? Projection of A vector on B vector will be A dot B upon magnitude of B. On B, na? So that is why magnitude of B. So now A dot B. So take dot product. So projection will be equals to take dot product. Now 7 ones are 7 minus 1 plus 8 sevens are 56 upon magnitude of B will be 49 plus 1 plus 64. And 56 plus 6 is going to give you 62 upon square root of 50 plus 64. 50 plus 64. 50 plus 50 is 100. 100 plus 14. 114. Oh, like this. So 62 upon 114 is your answer. So can you see projection of A on B is A dot B upon B vector 60 upon square root of 60 हो रहा है 56 ना 8 sevens are 56. Hold on. 1.7 minus 1 plus 56. Sorry, this is wrong na. Minus 1 they are saying. So ये calculation they have done wrong. Correct? So this is minus 1. 55 plus 7. 55 plus 7. 62. Correct. Okay. Now another question on your screen. Let's do it. Which question? Which question? Hold on. Okay. Which is this? I've skipped this question. Kya? Area of parallelogram. Area of parallelogram whose adjacent sides are A and B. So formula area of parallelogram is equals to A cross B and magnitude. Okay. So now you have to calculate cross product. Let's do it. A cross B is equals to I, J, K, 3, 1, 4, 1 minus 1, 1. Correct? Let's do it. So how to take cross product? I hope that you all know. 1 plus 4 is 5I cap. Then we have minus j cap. So minus j cap 3 minus 4. So plus j cap. And then we have minus 3 minus 1. So minus 4 k cap. Correct? 5I cap plus j cap minus 4 k cap. Correct? Now you just have to take the magnitude. So 25 plus 1 plus 16. So this is going to get you 26 plus 16. 6 और 6 12. And 42. Square root of 42 will be your answer. Square root of 42. Area of parallelogram. So square units you have to apply. Otherwise they'll deduct your marks even if you are correct. Okay. All right. Shall we do one last question of the day? So here we have one last question of the day. And let me ping Diksha ma'am right away. Okay. Okay, ax plus by square is equals to cos y dy by dx. You have to figure it out. Ax, differentiating both sides, that's it. A plus 2by dy by dx is equals to cos y. So minus sin y dy by dx. Correct? Now let us do one thing. Put dy by dx terms on one side. Okay. And non-dy by dx term, that is just a on the right hand side. So your dy by dx clearly is equals to minus a upon 2by plus sine y. You can clearly see right here. Okay. All right, clear, perfect. So this was the last question from my side. Link of the session notes you can find in the description box. So you can just access that. Now Diksha ma'am will be taking the session. So stay tuned, do not go anywhere. And the complete session notes will be there in your description box. You can see, get all the notes here. So just click on the link, get the notes. Also, make sure that you're subscribed to the Telegram channel, Vedantu Karnataka. And if you are having any academic doubts, non-academic doubts, or any feedback as well, so you can share the feedback or doubts over there. It is open. You can just comment and ping also on that particular Telegram channel. So now this is me, your Ninja ma'am, signing off. Tomorrow we are going to meet again for 3-marker question. So make sure that you are booking that slot. You are reserving that slot for
Okay, so hi students, welcome to V Karnataka KCT and Boards. I'm Diksha Kaushal, your chemistry master teacher. And everybody, now we are going to start with the chemistry part of 2 marks questions, right? So everybody in the comment section, let me know if I am visible and audible to you so that we can start with the session. So the first question on your screen is, what are fuel cells? Write the electrode reaction taking place at cathode of H2O2 fuel cell. Okay, so this is the fuel cell. They are asking what exactly. This is basically from electrochemistry, right? So simple question they are asking regarding the fuel cell, right? You also have to write the reaction. So you should also learn lead mercury cell, nickel cadmium cell. Okay, all these cells are very important for your PU board exams, right? So galvanic cell converts energy of combustion of fuels like hydrogen, methane, methanol, etc. directly into electrical energy. So at cathode, what you will see that O2 is getting converted into OH negative, right, to O2 and gaining 4 electrons here, right? So that is the full-fledged reactions that you can see here. Okay, that is the reaction that you can see here. What is the reaction taking place at cathode? Okay, so they are asking you about cathode. So we have written the reaction of cathode where O2 is getting converted to OH negative, right? Okay, reduction is happening here, right? Okay, moving to next question. The question says that a first order reaction is found to have a rate constant of this. Okay, the rate constant, guys, that is mentioned to be K equals to 5.5 into 10 raised to power. I think that is not visible to you. So if that is not visible to you, let me just hide this logo here so that all the values are visible to you, right? So the first order reaction is found to have reaction constant, rate constant 5.5 to 10 raised to power minus 14. Find the half-life of the reaction. Okay, so first order reaction, firstly it is, then rate constant is given to you. So direct relation between T half and rate constant you should know, right? So directly from that value you can understand that it is 0.69, right? And it is K, T half they are asking, na? So T half is equals to 0.69 divided by K, right? So just put the values here. T half is 0.69 divided by K. K value is already given to you. That is 5.5 into 10 raised to power minus 14. So just put this value, solve this and you will get your answer here, right? Okay, just solve this calculation and you will get your answer here. Next is write any two consequences of lengthenoid contraction. For that, you need to know what exactly is a lengthenoid contraction. So, just imagine you have, this is the nucleus, right? And these are the electrons that are on the shells. And this is the outermost electron. Now, it's like these are the parents, nucleus is the parents, right? Parents wants the child to stay near, right? Parents don't want the child to go away, right? Very far, they don't want the child to go away very far from them. So this is the child, this is the child. Now, you have friends like S, P, D, F. Now, shielding effect means protecting effect. Like, I want to shield this child from the parent. है ना? So, shielding effect of S is maximum, then P, then D, then F. That means F is not at all a good friend. It's a very bad friend, right? So, if you have F orbitals before the outermost electron, that friend will not be able to protect the electron from the inner nucleus. That is why, because of this attraction, the size will decrease. That is called lengthenoid contraction. Now, let us see from the theoretical point what you have to write in the exam. First point, the separation of lengthenoids in pure state becomes difficult. Or, wait a minute. Next word, there are two they're asking two consequences of lengthenoid contraction, not the definition. So, two very important consequences are the separation of lengthenoids become difficult because the size is approximately same. Becomes difficult or difficulty in separation due to similar chemical properties. That is why they are difficult to separate. Even their oxidation state is also +3, stable oxidation state. Second is the similar radii with the other period elements, like the atomic radii of third row transition series are almost similar to second row transition series. That is the reason zirconium and hafnium have almost same radii. Okay, so this question has been asked a lot. So this point is itself a very important question. This point itself is a very important question, right? Okay. Next is explain Williamson synthesis of ether with an example. Williamson synthesis, you have to explain that with an example. So how you will explain that? Williamson synthesis, guys, basically it's Rx plus RONA, right? This X and Na will be eliminated and you will have the formation of ROR. That is Williamson synthesis. So how you will write it in the exam? When alkyl halide is allowed to react with sodium alkoxide, what is this? This is sodium alkoxide. Gives the ether. ROR is what? Ether. Then you have to also mention the reaction and mention which is alkyl halide, which is sodium alkoxide, which is ether. That is the difference between a competitive exam and a board exam or a subjective exam, right? You have to write, you have to impress the examiner that, okay, I know this much and I also know how to represent. It doesn't matter if your writing is wrong. Obviously, if your writing is good, that is a plus point, that is a bonus. But if your writing is not good, then suddenly you can't jump to nursery class and improve your writing. It is just like that only, you have to accept that. But you can improve your presentation skills. And in chemistry, in organic chemistry, you have to write the reactions and write what is the name, they will give you marks. In physical chemistry, write the formulas, then solve it. Even if you have not answered the proper, see, even if in this question, even if you just solve it till here, they will take out half marks from that. Out of 2, they will give you 1.5 marks. Like a good teacher will give you 1.5. Some teachers may give you 1 marks also, but they won't deduct full 2 marks, right? So that is my advice to you. At least know the formulas, right? When you write the formulas, they give some marks to you, right? So you should at least know the formulas here. Next is when, this also we have done, when, what is Helmholtz-Zelinsky reaction? HVZ reaction. So Helmholtz-Zelinsky reaction is when in a carboxylic acid, you replace alpha hydrogen with the halogen. Okay, so this alpha hydrogen is replaced by the halogen, right? So that is called Helmholtz-Zelinsky reaction. What are the reagents here? X2 in presence of red phosphorus after the hydration. Carboxylic acid has alpha hydrogen on treating with chlorine or bromine in presence of red phosphorus give alpha. What is this called? Alpha halo carboxylic acid. On the alpha position, you have halogen, right? Okay. Next question is give reasons. Now you have give reasons. 0.1 molarity, molar. KCl has higher boiling point than 0.1 molar glucose, right? What is this? 0.1 molar KCl has higher boiling point than 0.1 molar glucose. Can you tell me the reason behind that? Yes, the reason is its dissociation. KCl is an electrolyte one formula unit. That means we can say that of a unit of KCl dissociate to give 2 ions. So Van Hoff factor is 2 if there is 100% dissociation, right? Therefore, molar concentration of particles in the solution will become 0.1 into 2, that is 0.2. But in case of glucose, it will not be so because glucose is a non-electrolyte, right? Okay. An elevation of boiling point or any colligative property is directly proportional to the number of particles, that is Van Hoff factor. So KCl has higher boiling point as compared to glucose. So simple thing is this delta TB is directly proportional to I, and Van Hoff factor is more for KCl because it is an electrolyte. Glucose is non-electrolyte, so Van Hoff factor is going to be 1. For an electrolyte, it is going to be 2, considering that there is 100% dissociation here, right? Very good. So I is equals to 1. Very good, Ganesh. Very good, Shruti. So next question here they are saying is meat is preserved for longer time by salting. So this is also related to your colligative properties only, right? So have you heard about depression in freezing point? Do you know one very interesting point that in high altitudes when there is snow, right? I have never seen snow in my life. If you have seen snow, then let me know in the comment section. I'm eagerly waiting for the day that when I'll see snow in my life. Okay, so basically, if you talk about snow, and in those countries where it is very cold climate, where everything freezes, right? So what they actually do, they mix some salt in different things, different solutions, which they don't want. Why? Because they know that there is colligative property, that is depression in freezing point. Whenever you add a non-volatile solute to a solvent, the freezing point will decrease, right? The freezing point will decrease. Just imagine earlier the freezing point is -2. Now it has decreased to -3. So it is a benefit now that it needs to, for this solution to freeze, it needs -3 temperature. So that is a benefit. The same thing is applied here, that meat is preserved for longer time by salting, right? Okay. So salting is because used because most bacteria, fungi and other potentially pathogenic organisms cannot survive in highly salty environment due to hypertonic. So this is also one of the reasons here. Other reason is related to the bacteria, right? Okay. So now basically here what we are doing, have you ever heard of the term that whenever we put something, bacteria will not be able to survive in that place? In pickles also we use the same technique, right? So salting is used because bacteria, fungi and other potentially pathogenic cannot survive in highly salty environment due to the hypertonic nature of the salt, right? It will shrink that. The salt will shrink that and take out everything from that bacteria. Any living cell in such environment will become dehydrated through osmosis, die or become temporarily deactivated. That means it is going to take away. Whenever you put some almonds in water, osmosis happens, but that is when there is swelling of that, that will swell up. Those almonds or raisins will swell up. But when we are dehydrating it, we are shrinking it, right? So basically here shrinking will happen, right? Next is equilibrium constant for given cell reaction is given to you. It's a simple question of direct formula, right? So what is the formula, guys? Formula is E naught cell is equals to 0.06, also you can say 0.059 by n log of Kc. Kc is given to you as 10. N factor you can see here. This is converting to A2 positive by 2 electrons are lost. Here 2 electrons are gained. So n factor is equals to 2. So n factor is equals to 2. Just put the value here and get your answer. Log 10 is equals to 1 beta. Log 10, log base 10, 10 is 1. Right? Okay. So 0.059 divided by 2, that will become 0.0295. Okay. Next is a reaction of second order with respect to its reactant. The reaction is of second order with respect to its reactant. Okay, let's imagine there is one reactant. So reaction is going to be RKA square, right? How will its reaction rate be affected if the concentration is doubled? Okay, so firstly they are saying that the concentration is doubled. If concentration is doubled, R dash will be equals to K. This is 2A square, that is 4KA square, that is 4R. Okay, so R dash is equals to 4R. That is the first answer here. That is the first answer here. Right? Right. R dash is equals to 4R. Next is R dash dash. If it is divided, reduced by half, so A will become A by 2. So it will be A by 2, right, square. So it will be 1 by 4K A square, right. That will be 1 by 4 of R. So this will be on the second part, it will be 1 by 4th of the original rate. Got it? So very, very simple question here. Right? Chalo. Next is what are the transition elements? Write two characteristics of transition elements here. Right? What are the transition elements? So what are the transition elements? Zinc, cadmium, mercury. These are transition elements. Why they are transition element, guys? So elements which has incompletely filled zinc, cadmium, mercury are non-transition elements. So sorry. Elements which incompletely filled d orbitals in the ground state are called transition elements. In 3D series, or you can say in D block, zinc, cadmium and mercury is not a transition element because it has, even in excited state or at ground state, they have complete D block, D orbital is completely filled, that is D10 is there. Silver, in ground state it is D10, but in excited state it is not D10. That's why silver is not in the category of non-transition elements, right? So characteristics of transition elements are, they show variable oxidation state, they exhibit catalytic property, other you can say they exhibit very beautiful colors in some compounds, they form alloys, they also form good alloys, you can also say they have very catalytic properties, they form complexes, right? They form alloys, they form interhalogen compounds with interhalogen compounds, right? These are the some things that you can write about, characteristics that you can write about transition elements, right? Next is write the state of hybridization, shape and IUPAC name of complex this. So very simple, this is CO. Firstly, just take out the oxidation state. This is X. This is NH3. NH3 is a neutral ligand or a positive or a negative ligand, right? Okay. From coordination compounds, incomplete d orbitals. Very good, Ganesh. Very good, Ganesh. Ganesh is like super, like, ma'am, I am fully ready for the exam. That you should be, right? So X plus, here it is 0. It is a neutral ligand. Right, very good. It's a octahedral. Octahedral means either it can form DsP2, either it can form sp3d2, or it will form d2sp3. Tetrahedral means either it will form dsp2 or sp3. This is for tetrahedral. This is for octahedral. So we are choosing for octahedral complexes, not the tetrahedral complexes. So here it is X plus 0 equals to plus 3. That is X equals to plus 3. Here, right? Okay, ma'am. Now what you have to do? You just have to write down the atomic number. Atomic number, I always tell you, Saktiv, Karman, Fiko, Niku, Jan, 21 to 30. When you do that, atomic number will come of cobalt will come out to be 27. Now 27 means 4s2 3d7. 4s2 3d7. Okay, that's how we write it. Chromium and copper are the exception. Okay, now you have to take out 3 electrons from here. Always first electron is taken out from the 4s. 2 electrons is taken out from here, 1 electron from here, it will become 3d6. Now beta, tell me, will there be pairing or not? NH3 in cobalt is a strong field ligand or a weak field ligand? NH3 in cobalt, when it has cobalt as the ligand, it is a strong field ligand, it will cause the pairing. So after pairing, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll be left with this 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is D2sp 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hai na? D2sp3. That is, you have inner octahedral complex. The hybridization is D2sp3. Is this paramagnetic, diamagnetic? All the electrons are paired here, so it will turn out to be diamagnetic in nature. It is diamagnetic in nature, right? Ma'am, structure is octahedral. How can we say it's a low spin? Because it is pairing. Whenever there is pairing, it's a low spin. You can't see. Low spin means when they cancel out each other. That is the low spin. Next is IUPAC name here. IUPAC name is hexaamine cobalt 3 ion. Can I see that here? Hexamine. Hexamine cobalt 3. Because cobalt had 3 oxidation state and this is just an ion, so it is ion here. Right? So everything we have written here. Right? Okay. Next is out of 2 questions we have, out of cobalt Fe, cobalt F6 3 negative, cobalt C2O4 3 negative. Which one complex is diamagnetic, more stable, this, that, they are asking you. Okay. Chalo. Let's draw the, firstly to dekho beta, here cobalt has X minus 6 is equals to minus 3. It has plus 3 oxidation state. Here also it is X, it is minus 2, it is minus 6 is equals to minus 3. So X is equals to plus 3. Right, again it is plus 3. Both have cobalt plus 3. That means cobalt plus 3, we know it is D6, 3D6. We have just seen that here. That cobalt is 3D6. Cobalt 3 positive is 3D6. Now, F is weak field ligand, so there will be no pairing. C2O4 is a strong field ligand, so it will cause the pairing. So what will happen in this case? There will be no pairing, right? So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And after that, you will be left with this much. So it will be outer octahedral complex, that is sp3d2, right? And here it will cause the pairing. So you will be left with d2sp3, right? So it will be inner octahedral complex. This one is paramagnetic in nature. This one is diamagnetic in nature. Now let us see what they were asking you, right? They were asking diamagnetic, so we can see diamagnetic is COC2O4. That is the diamagnetic, as well as electrons is diamagnetic as all electrons are paired, right? Okay. Now they are asking you which is more stable. Now again, the one which has oxalato is more stable, as this is chelating ligand. Chelating ligand means which forms a ring. Whenever you have this is a metal and you have a chelating ligand, right? You have a chelating ligand which is forming the ring, that will make it more stable, right? So definitely oxalato one is more stable. Even if you had ethylene diamine, that would have been more stable. Next is COF6 is outer octahedral, undergoes sp3 hybridization during what they were asking. Wait a minute. Outer and low spin complex. Now, outer complex is what? This is the outer complex, C2F6. This is outer. This is the inner octahedral complex. They are asking which is low spin. Here, there are so many spins that are unpaired. So, that is high spin. This is high spin. And this will become low spin. This will become low spin. And this is also chelating. So, more stable. Chelating, so it is more stable. Understood? So many things they have asked you. Just for one thing, you can say that so many things you can answer. Right? Okay, guys. So, guys, that's all for today. That is 2 marks questions, right, for your chemistry section, physics section, mathematics, and bio as well. And tomorrow we are going to do 3 marks questions. The session link will be uploaded in the description box. Just click on that, totally free of cost. You will get the session PDF, right, that we have done today. That's all for today. And I want you guys to share this among your friends as well so that we can help them as well. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Signing off. Bye bye.